Consider arithmetic series in this short video. Now what I want you to think about is that if we have a sequence of numbers, and let's say this is 1, 2, 3 up till n, and note that we are starting with 1 and then we are going up to n, and let's call this the sum of this, and that's what we want to compute. We want to compute the sum of the series, and let's call that S of n, and so that is 1 plus 2 plus 3 all the way up till n. Now note that I can also write Sn is equal to, I'm just going to flip the numbers, so I can write n plus n minus 1 plus n minus 2 all the way up till 1. So now if you see here, you can start noticing that I will have these sort of pairs. So I can look at 1 and n, 2 and n minus 1, and 3 and n minus 2, and all the way up till this final pair of n and 1. Now if you consider this, we can add these two to get 2 times Sn is equal to, now remember what you see here, we get n plus 1, which is n and 1. Now if you add 2 and n minus 1, we are going to get n plus 1 again. And if you add 3 and n minus 2, you're going to get n plus 1 again, all the way till the last term out here, this one, which is going to be again n plus 1. Now how many terms do we have totally? Obviously we have a series going from 1 through n, so this is basically n times n plus 1, which means that Sn is equal to n plus 1 by 2. Okay, and so that is basically the simple way to compute the sum of series. Of course, if you go with this logic, we can actually extend this to an arbitrary array. So let's say that we actually have something that is going in a series fashion, and we have, you know, some series that goes from A to B, and we want to actually sum this up. And so if you notice, as long as the gaps are the same, here in the flipped form, it's going to look like B all the way up to A. And so if you add this, what you're going to end up with, and assume that we have n terms. Now this is not going to be b minus a or a minus b. It's actually the number of terms, because in this case it was easy because there were exactly n terms. But here, if we have n terms, then what you're going to get is that S of n is going to be equal to n over 2 times a plus b. In most cases, this is all you really need to do, as long as you make sure that it is indeed an arithmetic result. So now, of course, you can take this equation in our original series. A was 1, b was n, so therefore Sn was equal to n by 2, n plus 1. This is what we get. And so there you have it. Simple arithmetic series, and basically this should be the main expression that you should remember and you can use all the time. Okay, that's it.